Magomed Ankalaev wants a shot at the champion. Alex Pereira kept away from me for a reason, and I do understand this is business. I will knock him out. Nothing better than you've seen in events somebody going to sleep. End of the year, he'll be laying on his back, looking at the light and ask his corner, "Are we back in Brazil?" This is a promise. I will knock him out. Pereira just fought at UFC 303, where he knocked out Yuri Prochazka in their rematch. Ankalaev does seem like the next likely opponent unless Pereira plans to move up to heavyweight. Pereira responded to Ankalaev saying, "You guys saw a lot of people trying to self-promote, trying to belittle me, saying they will knock me out, finish me, but I'm training, evolving. I just started evolving now. That's the difference. Like, I was able to go toe-to-toe with just kickboxing. Now I'm evolving, so each fight it's getting harder for them. I'm focused on defending my belt. A lot of people want me to fight Ankalaev. That's the guy everyone keeps talking about lately. People are focused on him. I always train hard. He is just like another fighter to me. It's a good fight for me. I will be ready for him or any other opponent. It doesn't matter to me." Tom Aspinall can only see two potential outcomes when he faces Curtis Blaydes in Manchester later this month. Ultimately, in fighting, there's only two real things that can happen in the fight. There's other variables, of course. But generally speaking, you can either win or you can lose. So I always try to just come back to that. Let's not overcomplicate it. There's two of us in there. We can spend all day thinking about what's going to happen or not going to happen. There's pressures that come with it. I'm not hiding away from that, especially with a fight like this. It's in Manchester. Rematch, defending a title and stuff like that. There's a whole lot of pressure that comes with it. But I always try to come back to the fact that, look, there are two things that can happen here. I can either beat him or he beats me. I constantly try to come back to that because your emotions can run wild with you under pressure. They can, especially when you start getting tired. Like at this point in camp, I've done a lot of training, a lot of volume, and a lot of rounds. My body is beat up and I'm mentally tired. So I just try to remind myself that there's just two things that can go on here: win or lose. Either way, the world keeps turning and it'll be all right. Joe Rogan accuses Tyson Fury of fixing his fight against Francis Ngannou. I thought Francis Ngannou won that fight, but you know, they were setting up that Alexander Usyk fight. They were not gonna let it not materialize. Yeah, it just seemed like the fix was in a little bit. It was close enough that they could pull it off and you go, okay, maybe you can see Fury winning that. But I don't think so. I thought Francis won it. A lot of people thought Francis won it. I'm happy that he went and got paid. I'm happy that he got that money for the Tyson Fury fight because everyone was dismissing it. Dana White was dismissing it, and then he drops Tyson Fury, and in a lot of people's eyes, won the fight. And then he gets a big payday against Joshua. I'm happy that he made money, but I wish he would have made that money in the UFC. Right now, the only way an organization could benefit, that's probably the only way that PFL is going to get people to pay attention. You have to have someone like Francis. Joe Rogan's and Tyson Fury's feud started in 2023 when Joe said John Jones could f*** him up if they ever got in a street fight. Tyson called Rogan a bald-headed midget and a little fucking pussy. Chael Sonnen shares his stance on Chandler saying no to Makhachev fight and waiting for Conor. So what is it that Michael Chandler knows? What is it that I think I know Chandler knows, whether we're both wrong or not? Sonnen said on his YouTube channel. I think he knows, and I think what he sees as the big problem is that there is a chance he gets bumped from the McGregor fight for Diaz-McGregor. Chandler believes their history, that trilogy, the potential conclusion of two iconic careers, if you could get both of those guys to agree, this is it. And you could even get the UFC to say, this is it. Which, not for nothing, it's a very big match. So Chandler, the way that he sees it, could stay after McGregor and make sure that his case, which is the hotter of the two cases right now, stays, and that flame stays. But he's well enough to know that if Diaz starts calling out McGregor and McGregor starts liking that call out, he knows that could hurt him. The UFC, as soon as they offered him a world title fight, has now honored that deal. Do you understand that? You've got to understand that. When the deal was, we will give you McGregor, then we offer you something higher than McGregor. That deal is now satisfied. If I owe you $100 and I come in and offer you $1,000, it doesn't matter if you take the $1,000 or you say no to it, I now don't owe you $100. I tried to pay it.